Alrighty. Well, my name is Kara Allen, and we are going to get started tonight. I know you guys' time is precious, but we're so grateful that you've taken 30 minutes to jump on with us tonight and just hear some stories about how Plexus has helped each of us. My computer's a little blurry, so sorry I look a little blurry. But as we get started tonight, I just wanted to point out that you're going to hear that Plexus helps with so many different things. And sometimes people think, well, how can that be? And that's what we wanted to share tonight, is that when you look at products like Plexus that address the root issues of modern disease, it opens a wide door for things that it can help with. So when you target those root issues, which are blood sugar imbalance, we all struggle with that. Poor gut health, we all struggle with that because we live in Western America, Western diet, Western medicine, all those kinds of things. Even if you eat super clean and work out every day, our food just isn't the same as it used to be. And so we all have some degree of a compromised gut. And then the third one is systemic inflammation, and that wreaks havoc throughout your entire body. It also leads to nutrient deficiencies. And so when you start to clear up those three root issues, it's amazing how your body will respond and start to bounce back or heal itself or fill in the gaps and work the best that it can. So as you hear these stories that we're going to share tonight, I hope that you will start to maybe listen with an open mind to your own body and what your own body is telling you. I have come to learn for myself that when I don't put my health first, my body will start to scream at me until I will listen. And that's where I was when I started Plexus. So I'm going to start with my story tonight, and then we will hear from my friend Aubrey, and then from my friend, I'm trying to think, who did I say was next?
Dina.
And then Shay. So we're going to share those tonight. But to start out with, I started using Plexus almost 3 years ago. And if you were anything like me, you're a big skeptic, sitting there thinking, yeah, right, it's just another one of those things. For me, I lived in a small town, and I had heard of Plexus, but I did not want to look at it. And I didn't look at it for 2 years. 2 years, because I thought it was just another one of those weight loss things. And I wasn't interested in a quick fix. I didn't want a yo-yo diet. I didn't want anything, stimulating or unnatural, unhealthy. And so I was one that just believed that eating good and diet should be enough. And so I didn't look at it for 2 years. I had actually taken this impromptu trip to go surprise my sister, who had moved out to Minnesota, and she was lonely. And so I was going to go out and surprise her. And if you knew my sister at all, you would have known that she survived off of Coke. It was like a food group to her. And so there was Coke always throughout her house. I mean, she would wake up in the middle of the night and take a swig of warm Coke. It was just her thing. She had it all the time. She needed it to survive. She struggled with mood issues, with depression all of her life, with energy issues, and she needed her Coke. So anyway, when I flew out there, not only was she not sleeping in every day, she was actually up, she was present, she has 4 little kids that she was making breakfast for, she was cooking dinner. That was not my sister. Usually her husband was kind of doing that, or they ate fast food, but she was cooking dinner. And as I started to look around, I noticed that there was no Coke anywhere in her house. And so I started to pay attention, and I said, what are you doing? You're so different. And she said, I started using something called Plexus. Have you heard of it? And I said, yep. Oh, yep. No, I've heard of that. I don't need that. And she said, no, it's not a weight loss thing. She's like, she had lost weight, and over the next 4 months, she lost 30 pounds. But she's like, but that's not it. She's like, it's all about gut health. And I said, oh, okay, well, tell me more about that. And so as I started to kind of listen to more of it, I thought inside secretly, maybe this could be what I'm looking for. Because at that point, I had lost 80 pounds of weight the year before. I'd lost it quickly, and so I was nutrient deficient. I just had some labs drawn before going to visit her, and I had found that my iron stores were completely gone. My iron was low. I think it was like 12 or something. My vitamin C was 15. My calcium was so low that my parathyroid was crazy high, which means it was stealing calcium from my bones just to keep me alive in complete metabolic functions that needed calcium. So it was going to lead basically to osteoporosis at a really young age. And then on top of that, my hormones were a mess. I had had a great period all my life. It was always regular. It wasn't, painful or anything. But with each baby, it got worse and worse. I had a lot of emotional issues with each baby. And so as it just it just snowballed into worse and worse. So when I first looked at Plexus Sun with my sister, I had a 30-day period with 5-day break and then a 30-day period. And all the PMS that came with it. It's a wonder I am still married because my poor husband and my poor kids had momzilla to deal with all the time. I just was moody and cranky. It took me an hour to fall asleep. If I got woken up by a kid in the middle of the night, I was a wreck the next morning. I knew my sleep or my day was shot because I just couldn't bounce back. Sleep did not fix my tired. And so anyway, when my sister started talking to me about this gut health stuff, I thought, oh, well, maybe that could work. That's something to look into. And so I started and I said, I don't want anybody to know I'm doing this. Don't tell anybody. And she said, okay, that's fine, but you might want to share it when you start feeling better. And it was actually later that night that I thought, I just had this nagging feeling I needed to share it. So I actually did make a post about what I was going to be doing on Facebook. And the very next day I had this long lost friend reach out to me and said, I need this too. And so we started together. And it was really fun to have somebody to start with and to have kind of an accountability partner to help each other with. So anyway, as I started to use it, 3 weeks in, my period was regular. And I was hooked. I thought, I don't even care what's in this. I don't care what's doing it. I feel like me again. 3 days in, I started waking up with energy. I could jump out of bed. I didn't need to sleep in all afternoon anymore. I didn't need 2 naps. I wasn't crashing. If I sat down, I used to fall asleep. If I sat still, I'd fall asleep. And so I started to become a believer and to look into things. And a few months later, I got my labs tested and they'd all come into normal ranges. So that's when I really started to look at the ingredients and realize just how high quality and natural they were, and that was why I was absorbing them so well. So at 7 months, my period actually became pain-free again, like when I was a teenager. I didn't even know it was coming. And when I started Plexus, I secretly hoped I could get pregnant. We had been struggling with that for a few years and couldn't get pregnant. And I knew it was because my hormones were off and my nutrients were off. And so anyway, I kept taking my products. I kept feeling better and better. I started to have more energy, better mood. My sugar cravings went away. But at 14 months, I got pregnant. And I was so, so, so excited. And I truly believe that my health improved so that I could. So I'm not saying Plexus made me pregnant, but I'm just saying my body was able to get healthy because of what I was doing. So anyway, I had that awesome Plexus pregnancy. I took my products the whole time. They were doctor approved, and I had the best pregnancy out of all 4. And I was 37 years old, and it was better than my pregnancy when I was in my 20s. So anyway, that's a little bit about my story. I'm going to let you hear from Aubrey next. Is she on the call? Let me see, Aubrey.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Are you on your phone, Aubrey, or you have a picture?
I am. Yeah. Sorry.
There you are. Nope, I'm going to find you and turn it over to you. Let me see if I can spotlight you. Hey.
Hi.
Take it away.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm so excited for anyone new on this call. Plexus has absolutely changed my life over the past 2 years. And I'm so thankful for Kara's story and for other people sharing theirs, because I wouldn't have tried it if I hadn't heard other people's stories. My story starts when I was like 6 years old, and I had chronic constipation and gas and bloating since I was a super little kid. I remember at lunch at school not wanting to go out to recess after lunch because my tummy was just bloated and it was gassy, and I just it was just sticking out. And that was weird when you're 6 years old. And it was uncomfortable to run around and play. And so that was kind of the beginning. As I got older, it never went away. Like, I was a maybe once every 7 days pooper. So that's not healthy, but I thought that was normal because I hadn't ever known anything different my whole life. And then still the gas and the bloating. I recently found a checklist of gut health, signs that you have gut health. And I had 28 out of like the 40 on the checklist when I started Plexus. And I'm going to just mention my top 14 because I don't want to talk forever. So the main one that really got me, that got me started on Plexus was my constipation. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. I also had anxiety as a kid, major social anxiety, which, like, looking back on high school, when you have social anxiety, you don't get into very much trouble because you don't go to parties. So that was maybe a good thing, like a blessing in disguise, but it wasn't really a good thing. So I had major anxiety, panic attacks every night as a kid because I was terrified of the dark. I would have nightmares. Like all the way through my senior year in high school, I would have nightmares and go in and sleep in bed with my mom as a 17-year-old high schooler. Not normal. I had migraines and headaches constantly, chronic fatigue. I was always being tested for anemia and other nutrient deficiency, and I never had nutrient deficiency. I was just tired all the time. Depression, irritability, brain fog, memory issues, like to the point where when you have chronic migraines and you have brain fog, you start to think that you have brain cancer, and you start looking up the symptoms for brain cancer. And I totally did that regularly. I also have always had severe seasonal allergies. As a kid, my mom would take us to the doctor so often that he finally trained her. So let me back up. She would take us to the doctor so often to get shots for our allergies because they were really severe. And rather than going in once a week and driving the 35 minutes to the doctor's office, he trained her on how to give us shots at home. So we had really severe seasonal allergies, and low immune system. I would get strep all the time and chronic sinus infections. So those are my like top 14 issues that I was dealing with. But ultimately, I was seeing a gastroenterologist for my constipation because I had tried literally everything, like everything natural. I did elimination diets, ate only green vegetables for 3 months, and then reintroduced foods one at a time, like everything on the holistic end. And then also everything on the non-holistic end that had a lax in it or Gas-X. Like those were my constant companions. And so I've seen a gastroenterologist. Oh, there's my cutie. Can you go out for a minute? No. And he said I probably had a condition where the nerve endings in the bottom of my colon were dead. And so my colon couldn't perform peristalsis, which is the little vibrations that make you actually eliminate your poop. And he's like, so try this prescription laxative, and if that doesn't work, then we will look at surgery to remove the bottom part of your colon because it's just dead. And I walked out of that appointment terrified, like I'm maybe gonna lose part of my body. And at that point, I called my friend Brooke, who had reached out to me about Plexus several times before, and I really politely and kind of like snobbily was like, no, thanks, I'm good. I'm too healthy for your Plexus stuff. Thank you though. And she had been kind of texting me for like 6 or 8 months. And so I reached out to her and I said, Brooke, if you can make me poop so I don't have to have surgery, I'm yours for life. And I just started on the ProBio and Bio Cleanse. I didn't even start with the pink drink because I was like, I can't afford the pink drink. And within the week I was pooping regularly for the first time in my life. So that was life-changing. And then I got in the triplex, and 3 months on the triplex, my husband, we were working out in our backyard, re-landscaping, and he stops with his shovel in his hand, and I distinctly remember he says, can we bottle up this new version of you just in case it goes away? And so he was noticing a difference in my mood. I wasn't irritable anymore with him or with my kids. And another thing that I noticed was my immune system. So I have taught elementary school for 10 years. And as an elementary school teacher, you're constantly exposed to germs. So every single year, every winter, I would get sinus infections straight from like November to March. Completely blocked sinuses, like cement in my nose. Couldn't breathe, could hardly talk. And I would get laryngitis. My voice would completely go, which was a problem if you're a teacher because you have to talk. And I would get strep like 4 or 5 times a year. So all of those things went away. My first year on Plexus, I did not have a single sinus infection. I didn't get laryngitis. I didn't get strep. It was incredible. And then, oh, there's my other child. Sorry. So I have 3 kids. Here's 2 of them. My pregnancies with both of them was what you would call normal, you know, fatigue, nausea. My postpartum was normal, meaning I had lots of postpartum anxiety, lots of postpartum depression, night sweats for like 6 months. My poor husband, like I would wake up drenched like I peed the bed for 6 months, you guys. We had to buy a new mattress. And then I have another little guy, he's 9 months old. My pregnancy was totally different and my postpartum experience totally different. But I don't want to go into that too much because of time, but basically I didn't have any fatigue. I was teaching full-time little kids in elementary school. And then I would go home to my kids and I didn't need a nap my whole pregnancy. I never threw up. I even showed all my ingredients to my midwife because we chose to do a midwife and a home birth. And
Wait.
no,
Who is that?
sorry. She was so impressed with the products that she started taking them herself. So that was a huge boost in confidence for me too. And then my postpartum experience, 0 postpartum depression, 0 postpartum anxiety, night sweats for like 4 weeks instead of 6 months, which was huge. And just, I could tell my hormones were balanced and my body has been balanced. So I've already lost all of the baby weight. Naturally, I haven't dieted. I haven't counted a single calorie or counted macros or done keto or any of the things. I haven't really exercised because I'm still trying to get used to 3 kids. So it's just been like night and day. And the only thing I've changed in my life is Plexus. And I just love how it balances your body from the inside out. And then once it's balanced, everything just falls into place. So that's my story, the short of it, the short version. And I'm excited to hear Shay's story next. Kara, I don't know how to switch it to Shay.
I'm actually going to switch it to Dina first. We're going to go to Dina.
Okay.
Are you ready, Dina?
Okay, get this one.
All right. Take it away, Dina.
Okay, so, well, I'm new to Plexus as of September, and I'm one of those people that I'm healthy. I don't need Plexus, and the reason why I felt like I was healthy is because I am so active. I'm into exercise. I'm into biking or running or going to the gym or anything anyone asks me to do activity-wise, I'm there. I love that whole physical activity and exercising. So why would I need to have supplements? Why would I need supplements if I'm doing all of that? Well, my sister that's on the call, Dory, thought I needed supplements. And so in August, she ordered me to Triplex. And she gets tired of hearing this, but pretty much she told me I was going to take it for 3 months. And if any of you are familiar with the code, the people code, the book, the people code, or have taken a personality test, I am a white personality. And I don't like confrontation, and I just want peace. And so I just said, I didn't argue with her really very much. I was just like, fine, I'll take him for 3 months. And that was that. So September 9th, I started, I got my products. But before I started taking the products, I thought, well, I'm going to make a list of the things that it might help me with. And remember, I didn't need any help, right? So I had like 6 things on my list, and like the number 1 was that I wanted to sleep naturally, because I took a sleep aid every single night, just an over-the-counter sleep aid every single night to just be able to sleep, fall asleep, stay asleep, just sleep. Talk about brain fog. I didn't even really know until Plexus that I had such brain fog. And so I can say now that I don't even have any sleep aid in my house, which is so awesome. I sleep now. Sometimes I don't sleep all through the night, but I sleep soundly when I am sleeping. So I feel so great when I get up because that brain fog is gone. The second thing that was on my list, and I'm getting really used to talking to people about poop, like Aubrey, Mine was either constipation or what I call bullet diarrhea. It was one or the other. It was never in the middle. It was never just regular. And so I would take a laxative every other day just to be able to go to be able to poop. And so also, I can report that I don't have any laxatives in my house anymore either. And what a difference. I just feel so good. And I always tell people that Plexus poops are the absolute best poops ever. So that was number 2 on my list. Number 3 on my list is because I'm so active, I felt like I had a lot of energy, but I thought, well, it'll be a bonus if I have more energy because then I'll even be able to do more stuff and maybe have more stamina or whatever. And so I was doing the triplex and I had a lot of energy on the triplex, but I started the Metaburn and man, like I have a lot of energy now and I feel so much more productive being on the Metaburn, and I'm sure it's helping me mentally as well, kind of just, be stable. Did I mention that like 3 days into taking my Plexus products is when I fell in love with Plexus? I fell in love with Plexus the 3rd day after, and it was probably the pink drink because I called my sister. I'm like, what the heck is in this stuff? Like, I thought I was happy, and I'm just like really, really happy now. I don't even get it. It was beyond me what was in these products that were making me feel so great. 4th on my list was, okay, I'm a sugar addict. I don't drink sodas. I drink unsweetened tea. I didn't have a soda problem, but you put anything sweet in front of me and I'm on it like that. I mean, just on it. And it dramatically decreased those sugar cravings. I'm still a work in progress though, because I still like to have something. And I think it might just be because it's there, but I don't crave it like I used to. I don't have to have it. If it's there in front of me, that's fine. But I'm really trying to work on that though. Number 5 on my list. So I'm 54 years old and hot flashes are real. Menopause is real. I don't know if you guys are going through menopause at all, but I know Dory can relate to this one. But Triplex didn't really help me with my menopause problems, but I started taking the X Factor Plus, and because I think the X Factor Plus is like 30 days, and you're kind of almost guaranteed that you're not going to have any problems. My hot flashes are in such control now. It is just it's mind-boggling to me that a natural product like this can help with that in such a short period of time. So I will never stop that. I won't ever stop any of the products, but the X Factor Plus is like, I love it. So number 6 on my list was weight. I wasn't concerned about losing any weight. I don't even have a working scale in my home. I don't care about the number. I just care about feeling good, and that's why I exercise so much. But the bonus is that I don't know if I'm losing any weight because, to be quite honest, I have not weighed myself since my Plexus products since September. But I'm wearing jeans that I haven't been able to wear for over a year. So I know that I'm either losing weight or I'm losing inches. And so that is just a huge bonus to me. So to kind of sum all of that up is, I think I got used to just feeling a certain way, and I didn't know that there was a better way. I didn't know that there was something out there that would help me feel better. I knew nothing about gut health. It's amazing to me that what the things that I'm learning about gut health right now, and it's just amazing to me it's just how I feel now. And I'm super grateful that my sister forced me to take these because I just want to share them. Like you guys are saying, you just want to share them because you want everybody to feel the way you feel and have the same experience that you have. So that's kind of like me on the products, but on the other side of it is my sister not only wanted me to feel better, but she knew that I had been looking for a way to make an extra income. So I'm a single mom of an 11-year-old boy. He's very active, just school and all that kind of stuff. Active is what I mean. And I have 2 jobs already, but I wanted a job that I could do from home that it wouldn't take a lot of time away from him. Like I didn't have to go to another job from, 1 to 2 and then 1 to 5 or, something like that. Cause anyway, so this is a job that I can do from home, a business that I can work at home. And that's the biggest part I love it about is I can do it from anywhere. Like I really didn't think I could take on something else. It's like I'm so busy already. I have such limited time already. I just didn't really think that I had time for that. But what I'm learning is that I can carve out time where I never knew I thought I had time. So like if I'm at lunch at work and I'm on lunch break or whatever, I might follow up or text people or post something on Facebook, or while I'm in the line at school waiting to get my son, I might do the same thing, follow up with someone. And we all need me time, and so I schedule dinners or lunches with my friends to either talk about Plexus or just build relationships. And so I'm just kind of learning places to carve out. And so I'm just right now I'm a silver ambassador. I don't know if we're supposed to share all that stuff, but I'm a silver ambassador and close to super silver. But for me, it's not about how quickly I rank up. For me, it's about, I read a quote the other day and it says, your speed does not matter. Forward is forward. And what I mean by that is every single time I'm talking to someone about Plexus or following up or reading about gut health or learning from my team, my awesome, knowledgeable, supportive team, I'm moving forward in this business. And it's not the money. I mean, the money has helped me out. The extra money has helped me out. I've been able to pay my health insurance or pay my car renewal registration or buy groceries or put gas in my car. I've been able to do all those extra things. It may not be a big thing to all of you, but it is to me. But there's just quickly 4 things that I love. To me, it's Plexus. For me, the business side of Plexus is just as life-changing as the health benefits of Plexus. That's what I have found anyway. And 4 things that I've kind of really thought about is I've learned so much, like I said, from a supportive, knowledgeable team. They're there willing to help and teach you and help you move forward. And number 2 is I have another community of amazing people that enhance my life. And I'm sorry, I'll probably cry, but I just love all the people I've met and just all the people that are just so there for you. And it's just awesome. And everyone enhances my life. I've grown personally in so many ways by pushing myself out of my comfort zones that I never thought I could do. And so I love that part of the personal growth for myself. And even though I might not have as much time maybe to work on the business like everyone else, again, like I said, I'm just learning that I can carve time out. And if I might be slow, but slow and steady wins the race. I mean, my sister and I talk about that all the time because it can get discouraging when you're not enrolling people or people are saying no. But for me, it's always just for me about moving forward. Every time I talk to someone about Plexus, every time I share Plexus with someone, I'm moving forward and I'm helping people and I'm helping myself. So that's my story. And I've just been so honored to hear all your stories. And it's amazing to me, just maybe the trials that you guys have had in your health that maybe I haven't had. And I'm so glad that there's something out there that's helping you all. So thanks for listening.
Thanks so much, Dina, for sharing that. The financial blessings to me they were just as helpful to me as the health benefits were, and so unexpected. So I totally agree with you. I love the new community of friends I have of just women empowering women. So one of those women is Shay, And I love Shay's story. So Shay's going to tell us a little bit more about her financial story. Ooh, I unmuted you.
Okay, sorry, I re-muted myself. Yeah, so I just want to share a little bit more about my experience with sharing the opportunity of Plexus. Like these other ladies have said, the health benefits have been amazing for me, for them. Likewise, it's been amazing for me as well. When I came across Plexus, I had just had my 6th baby, so I had my hands full. I definitely was not looking for anything else to take up my time, to do anything. I had no intention of starting a business or anything. But as I started taking Plexus and I started feeling better, even within the first week, I remember just telling my friends. We were at the park with our kids playing on the toys, and I remember telling my friends, hey, have you guys heard of Plexus? This is really great. My poor husband, I think every other word that came out of my mouth was Plexus that first week, because I was just so amazed with everything that it offered health-wise. And so at that point, I also I started looking at the compensation plan, and I realized, I'm like, you know what? This is brilliant. It's a no-brainer to me. This is an amazing product, and everybody needs this. And I'm already sharing with my friends and everything. And so I thought, for me, my goal was I've done this kind of thing before in the past, and I've never really been successful at network marketing or anything. And so I was like, if I get my products paid for, that would be really cool. Well, my paycheck, my second month, paid for my products. So I had enough friends join me that second month that I was able to have my products paid for. And I even remember telling my husband from the get-go, I was like, you know what, what if this could what if I could make enough money that I could pay our mortgage payment or something? Or, that was a huge lofty goal to me, because again, I've never had any success with things like this. But I was like, well, that'd be cool, because I'm not a financial contributor in our relationship. I'm a stay-at-home mom. My husband brings home the money and I spend it. So, so for me, I was like, that would be really cool if I could do that. Well, I was able to do that about a year into Plexus. My paycheck was big enough that I could cover our mortgage, which that was really cool to me. And so, even just thinking what could an extra $200 a month do? What can an extra $500 or $1,000 a month do for you and your family? Whether it's, being able to pay for your groceries every month, or pay for your kids' extracurricular activities. Those get super expensive already and everything, or be able to save up for a family vacation. So even like that, or, paying your bills, or even being able to donate to charitable organizations. And that's something that we've also been able to do. And we've been able to give back more. And I love that Plexus has been a vehicle to be able for us to have that opportunity to also bless others' lives with that. And like Dina said, she's like, doing this business isn't all about the money. For me, I love being able to, my friends and my family and acquaintances and everything that I've shared with, I love when I get a message or an email saying, hey, my blood sugars are in check from my diabetic friend, or I'm pooping, or, just something that their health is getting better. That right there is worth it. I love being able to hear other people's successes, and especially when I've had that direct line to helping them get started with their health journey. So I really love doing that. Also, like it was mentioned, the community, it is really the community of Plexus, having one Plexus. There's just something about our team, the support we have, and coming in contact with so many amazing women and men, and being able to rub shoulders and learning from each other, and just enjoying each other's company, and creating those friendships. I kind of, like, for me, I kind of felt like, out of high school, out of college, like you kind of expound your network here and there a little bit, but I was in my comfort level. I felt like I didn't need to expound my network or anything. But then with Plexus, it expounded, and it's been such a positive community to be a part of, and I really love that. And then just personal development, that's also been something that I didn't think I needed to work on. Again, I was in my comfort zone. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I do the mom thing. I take care of myself, or at least I thought I did. But being able to read books and discuss with other friends that have, like-mindedness, or get their perspective on things. I am not one to read self-help books. It's like so far out in left field. So my husband even has commented, he's like, you're reading a self-help book. Like, who are you and what did you do with my wife? But I enjoy it, and I've learned so much about myself, and I think that has helped make me it's made me a better wife. It's made me a better mom. It's made me a better me. And so, I mean, even now, like, I wouldn't have even given it a second thought to pick up a book had I not had some community to have that support and encouragement. So even though, I love having a paycheck every month. That's wonderful, but it's more than just a paycheck. It's the community, it's the personal growth, it's the physical growth, everything all encompassing like that. So, that's kind of a little bit my experience, and I love doing this with all these ladies and the few men that are here with us too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jay, for sharing. I always joke around that if you hang out with us long enough, we will brainwash you into believing in yourself too, because that's what these ladies did for me and just our community. So I totally second everything that Shay and others said tonight. I don't want to keep you too much longer. I know that we promised 30. We're a little bit over. So just in wrapping everything up, I hope as you've sat here and listened tonight that you've kind of started to think about your own body and your own health and what you would want to improve on if you were to start on these Plexus products. And so you might also be thinking, well, what do I get when I start? And so if you ask any of us, I think all of us, if we didn't start with a $199 pack, we wish we had started with a $199 pack, because they didn't really have $199 packs when I started. And they are chock full. They are already 40 to 50% off. You can only buy a $199 welcome pack one time. So I really tell people, get the most bang for your buck. Buy the $199 welcome pack to start. You're going to get a whole slew of products in there that are going to give you the fastest start that you can get, so that you can feel better the fastest. So you can get with the person that invited you to this call after we jump off. You can talk to them about what the options are for the different $199 welcome packs. The variety welcome pack is one of my favorites. You can ask them about that. But not only are they usually 40 to 50% off, but through February, they have had free shipping and some extra sales attached to them. So that ends tomorrow, because February is a short month. My daughter is a weekday baby, so we know. But don't forget, it ends tomorrow. So free shipping today and tomorrow, plus some additional savings on top of the 40 to 50% you already get on that $199 welcome pack. So if you haven't bought a pack yet, I would encourage you to start that way. You'll get the fastest start that you can get. And then after that, you can decide, what you want to keep and what you want to make fit in your budget. So anyway, if you have any questions, again, talk to your sponsor. We're so grateful that you jumped on this call with us tonight. I hope it was worth your time and that it's kind of got your wheels turning and thinking about how Plexus could benefit you. So have a great night. Thanks again for everybody that shared their stories, and we'll talk to you all later.